Yo, fellas, what's up? Let's talk about the 250 Works Edition that I got. I got it earlier in the week, and we're just going to jump right into this and go over what I've done to it so far. I have not ridden it. I'll probably ride it today or tomorrow. We'll see what happens, though. Let's just jump into this. Hold on, let me take a sip of the coffee. We got the Starbucks. You know how it goes. So, it looks a little different than how it comes. I did put the Hinson clutch cover on, mandatory. It's the icing on the cake. I wish they would have did it from the factory. Would have been cool, but I kind of get why they didn't do it, and we'll get into that here right now. So it does come with the hydraulic clutch, and it does come with the full titanium exhaust. Now the 450 comes with the stainless steel header and titanium muffler. So it kind of works out because I'd rather have the titanium exhaust with the hydraulic clutch rather than clutch cover and clutch basket. Because let's be honest, are you really going to feel a difference in a Hinson clutch basket? Probably not. Is it more durable? Absolutely. But for 180 bucks, we got a clutch cover, looks way better, full exhaust, and we got the hydraulic clutch. And another thing is this is probably a little bit more work to install and it might be more expensive. I'm not sure though, because you have to buy the hydraulic clutch system by Honda, and you have to get a whole different ignition cover because that's not the factory one. So that alone is like, all right, well, full titanium exhaust, hydraulic clutch with the cover and all that stuff. It works out for me because I want the full titanium exhaust. Like, it's just, is what it is. Now, let's just get into like the cost. It's $2,300 extra for this bike. It is definitely worth it because let's break this down. The full exhaust is probably like $1,300 after tax, somewhere around that range, I would assume. Then you got the coated suspension. To do this and the rear shock outer coating, the thicker shock shaft that's coated to, you're going to spend at least $1,200 to $1,300. I'm not sure, somewhere in that range. And then you got to send your stuff out and you got to wait to get the stuff done, and that sucks. And another thing is, this is Kashima Coat from Japan. I know companies do it here in the US, but this is like legit done in Japan. I don't think you can do it. You have to ship your stuff to China if you want the Japanese stuff. And who knows how long that takes. So that's another plus. Like, you're spending big bucks just on the suspension coating alone and the exhaust. Then you got the little Japs out there in Japan, they dialed in, cleaned up the intakes and all that good stuff, whatever else they did. Those guys are, it's a different breed out there, but, they get a pass when it comes to this motor work stuff. And then you got the ECU that is flashed specifically for the head work and the exhaust. So that alone, Twisted Development, you know how much an ECU is to get flashed. That's like $700-800 right there alone. So you do the math. And I'm sure I missed stuff like the wheels and all the other little added stuff they do to this bike. So is a $2,300 extra worth it? Absolutely. What I wish they did do, though, it's not a big deal. See, the things that they skipped out on is not a big deal. Like, they should have thrown like maybe a black Renthal sprocket. $80. Who cares, right? Throw one on. I'm going to leave this one for now, ride it, and see if I want to go up one tooth. Kiefer, he said in his video that he didn't think it was necessary as of yet. So I'm going to ride it and see first. And I'll go up one tooth if I need to, and I'll get a black one. So just little stuff. Comes with the twin air filter. I'm sure you guys have watched a bunch of videos on this. I put my signature Renthal perps on, white ODI grips, looks killer on every bike. Love that. What else can we talk about? You got the hand clickers up here. Super sick. Little red anodized hits. All this stuff, like it. 18 mil shaft. Like I'm saying, like all this stuff you have to buy extra. You're spending way more. Cool little anodized head. Like, it's really worth it. Lower fork legs are coated too. Same with these strip clamps. They're still the cast triple clamps, and would be cool if they threw some X trig clamps on, but then that's, you know, those clamps are like 800 bucks. That's going to drive the price of this up. So I think it's the sweet spot, just the way it comes. Throw your little clutch cover on, and that's it. Now, I could throw aftermarket clamps on, but I'm going to wait because I watched some videos and some comments somewhere that this bike's, you know, still new and totally different forks. They're stiffer. Like, I'm talking about the actual construction of the fork. So they said wait, because one guy was like, I want to put different clamps on. He's like, wait for something specific to come out. I know the 24 clamps will fit and all that, but I'm sure they're going to be working and testing stuff to get specific clamps for this bike with the new chassis and all that stuff. Don't just buy clamps because they look sick. Wait till they come out with it. Let them get more testing on this bike. So, but definitely look better than the stock cast look. I did do the torch job, and yeah, it came out pretty good. I'm no professional at the torching job. I know these guys torch the titanium stuff. They do that for a living, and yeah, just for doing it in my garage, it looks way better than how it looked before. So that's a little bling hit. It comes with these DID LTX rims. I've never heard of these. I don't know if they're new, but I know they're good. A lot of people rave about them in the reviews. I mainly do woods. I'm going to do some moto tracks here and there. But I would like to get an 18-inch rear wheel, and I'm kind of back and forth on how I want to do this. Do I just get a whole new fresh wheel set from W with red hubs, look killer with an 18-inch wheel, or and then sell these off? But I'm not sure. Or I can just buy a 250 RX wheel, just the rear wheel from Rocky Mountain, and just throw it on there. And then when I go do moto tracks, just throw this wheel on. So that's what I'm thinking, because I think the complete wheel for the RX at Rocky Mountain is like $650, because I do like the thicker sidewall, the 18-inch wheel. It's more cushion. I just overall like it. So that might be the option. And like I said, when I go to a track, I'll just swap the wheel. 5-minute job. So moving on from that, the Cycra handguards. I think they look pretty trick. I went to go put the RX handguards on. I ordered them and I had to return them because it fit on this side, and I didn't take into account, rookie mistake, that this had the hydraulic clutch and the bracket for the RX right here. It just didn't work. And I'm like, damn. So I just ordered the Cycra handguards, universal. Looks good. Take a step back. I think it looks good. Even with the little yellow in there, it's not horrible, but it's good. So, excuse me if I'm talking too fast. I'm amped up. Caffeine's hitting. It's early morning on Sunday. I'm like juiced up, ready to go rip this thing. So, I do got numbers coming. Should be here this week. Finish the look. I don't know about graphics yet. Might just leave the factory look. I'm not sure. Maybe we'll do some woodpecker graphics. I'm not sure. Too much going on right now. One other thing I did disassemble this whole bike. I took the front end out, rear linkage, swing arm, re-greased everything, and I put some pictures in my community section on YouTube, and it was completely bone dry. The best thing to do when you buy a new bike, everyone says this, just re-grease it before you even ride it, because everything's clean. Like, I've done it before where I've ridden the bike a little bit and then I go and grease it. It's still dirty. You miss a lot of spots and it's just filthy. Do it when it's brand new, super easy. And everything's torqued. There's peace of mind of knowing everything's torqued down correctly and greased up. So that's another thing that I usually always do. So this thing's pretty much ready to go. Just got to set sag and break her in a little bit. Do the first oil change and filter. So I think that's really about it. I'm not sure if I'm missing something. I've already explained the clutch cover, that issue, and the Hinson. So I think this is a good deal for the $2,300 extra. Absolutely, 100%. Now, I know the KTMs do their factory editions, and they look sick, and I like those too, but this is more performance-based. I think KTM should do this too with the coated forks and all this stuff, but, you know, you think about it, just a stock KTM, you know, it's about the same price as this bike, and you get all the coatings and all the cool stuff. So that's, you know, you get what I'm saying. And I like my KTMs. So But when they released this thing, I was like, I gotta have this. Honda's first Works Edition 250. I can't wait to ride it, feel the difference, the power, because I did have the 25 250 RX, which is basically the same as a motorbike, just that ugly muffin top gas tank was horrible. It's the only thing that killed me with that bike is that big gas tank. So curious to just see the difference, because I've ridden that bike a lot and now I got this. So we'll give you guys a little review on what I think of it after I ride it. Hopefully I'll get out today. I don't see why not. So we'll see what else we're going to do to it. It's not really much to upgrade. If anything, after I get a couple of hours on it, break it in a little bit, I'll see about suspension if I want to revalve it for the woods. Hopefully the coating makes it a little bit more plush. I know it's going to be stiff right off the rip because that's how they all are. So I guess we'll just end the video here. I just wanted to drop a video of me just blabbering on about what I think of it so far. And I'll just get back to you guys with an actual riding video here, maybe today, tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video. Enjoy your Sunday.